What's going on, everyone? I am excited today because we get to go back to an OG strat with the Rebel package, but instead of playing Sabine, we've got Luthen Rail today, which honestly has some absolutely sweet synergy. So we're gonna see what we can do with him. Before we do, a big thank you to my patrons, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. We are getting ready for another tournament here, and I cannot wait to play around with some new cards if we decide to do some set 6 cards. That said, what do we got going on with Luthen? What is his angle? So anytime a friendly unit dies while attacking, you get to deal 1 damage to a unit or base after you exhaust Luthen. On the flip side, it is instead 2 damage to a unit or base, and he's a 2/7 that deploys for 5. So really high toughness, kind of obnoxious to deal with. But the whole kind of game plan here is we're just gonna be kind of doing our normal thing. We have a couple of cards. Really, this comes into play with like ECL. For example, when we ECL Poe or ECL Wrecker, this thing comes down and just runs through our opponent, potentially dealing even more damage than before when they die while attacking. We also have things, like Heroic Sacrifice that are just going to, have our unit die, get some value, get even more damage because, well, it's going to die while attacking. We've got things like Chopper, where we can just straight up trade with a unit and get some value from that as a 4-powered unit, maybe disrupt their force plan. But really, I mean, there's not anything specifically going on with Luthen. There isn't really any new additions. We did add Marva Andor to the deck to see how she plays out. Chopper is the new addition. But outside of that, we're just going to see how the damage when units are dying, when our units are dying on attack, actually plays out. Because there are just game circumstances while you're going to want to attack an opponent's unit, and there are some game circumstances where you're just going to attack your opponent's base. So that's kind of the name of the game today. When are we going to see that value come into play? Obviously, like I said, ECL Poe, ECL Wrecker, K2 attacking into a unit, overwhelming, and then dying is obviously kind of the 3 key ones, but I'm sure there's going to be other cases where Luthen's ability is going to be good, and that's what we're here to find out. Let's get into it. Alrighty, into our first matchup here. I'm going to keep this hand. Seems like a totally reasonable one. I think I'm just going to go Battlefield Marine, resource one of the Wreckers. Yeah, I'm just going to go Battlefield Marine into red 5. I'm expecting a lot of officials to come out. We'll see what exactly they plan on doing. They do have a 5 to deploy 3/7 leader, where ours is a 2/7. But we'll see. Mon Mothma is one of those decks that I've been really interested in playing, as you guys have seen on the channel. I mean, we go through all of the different leaders, but that is definitely one of the top priorities here on the list. For me, they've got Bale Organa, so they're going to be discarding cards to create spy tokens. Okay. Guess we'll resource a K2. I mean, I got a nice curve here. I mean, it is good. They've got... Maybe they're going to discard a card to, create a spy token. If they do I just kill the spy token? I think there's some very reasonable... I think it's reasonable to do so. I'm going to take a bit attack base, discard General Krell. I think we'll just knock out the spy token. It's not like super intuitive, but yeah, Senator Chuchi is going to be good. Yoda's lightsaber, I think I'll just resource that. I mean, I do have ECL K2 here, which is going to be pretty good. Okay, they're going to attack base. I'm going to attack Senator Chuchi here because red 5 will finish Senator Chuchi off. See if they decide to attack Battlefield Marine with their Bale Organa. I think there's a consideration for it, but if they do that, then it's also setting up for a red 5 attack, which would be very scary for them. Got General Riken, huh? Okay. Let's attack, kill off Senator Chuchi. They're going to attack base. Makes sense. I mean, we're kind of playing the controlling game right now, which is kind of awkward, but very reasonable, because we have ECL Poe next turn. This is going to be great. Ooh, a Fleet Lieutenant and a K2. I think I'll resource the K2. I think Fleet Lieutenant's going to be more relevant here. All right, let's see what happens in this game. I mean, they may just attack the Battlefield Marine with a spy token and then move on with their life, but yeah, let's see. Oh, they're not. Interesting. All right, I'm going to ECL Poe for sure. We're going to ambush. We will discard. I suppose we'll discard the Fleet Lieutenant at this point. Deal 2 to the Bale. And this allows the red 5 to finish it off, which is really nice. I mean, we have a great situation going on here. Jar Jar. Okay, cool. I'm just going to kill off Bale. Okay, I mean, yeah. I guess we'll just hit the Jar Jar, deal 2 to the Spy. I mean, we're playing very controlling right now, but I think that is totally fine in the state of this game. My opponent's kind of ignoring my units, and they're going aggressive. And, I mean, in our state, we could definitely get a ton of value just by... I mean, could I have raced them is the question. I think it would have been tricky with Bale Organa getting spy tokens if I just ignore their units entirely. So, like, right here is a perfect example of Luthen doing some good work. Like, we got 2 damage to the... Like, right here, we go K2... We're just going to attack. And I'm going to deal 3 damage to their base and 3 damage to their... Or 2 damage to their base with the Luthen, because K2 died on attack. We have record it'll drop on the board if we need to. Deal 5 to something. Plus the red 5. Like, right now, I could attack the General Cred. I don't need to, though. Just go Wrecker. I'll defeat the red 5, kill off the General Krell. And I mean, I think the game is pretty much over at this point. We can attack, discard a card to deal 2 to a base, deal 2, deal 3, pass. We got 4 cause. Double 4 cause basically means GG. I mean, we have Timely in the deck, which could hit, I guess. But it is over. GG. That was not particularly close, to be honest. The Bale almost did some work, but yeah, not particularly close. I don't expect them to hit our units, considering we are definitely the aggressors in that matchup. I mean, we took the controlling role because I felt like we had so many good options up against their cards. Now, I just did it kind of for free, but I mean, I think they probably should have been hitting our units, especially with a 3-7 leader, but GG. Into the next game. We got ourselves a pretty good hand. I mean, I like Sabine and I like Chopper. Oh. Interesting. Probe droid. That's cool. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm curious to see what my opponent's going to be doing with that. They could have like an open fire here. I mean, we're just going to knock it out because it will... I mean, they can play I guess it did nothing this game. I was going to say, they can play off like a potentially 5 resource capital ship, which is kind of sweet. Another Fleet Lieutenant. I think I'll resource one of them because I do have the K2 here. Resupply carrier. Okay, let's just go with Sabine attack in for 3 here. Go attack in with the Sabine's Masterpiece. We will get 1 damage into the resupply carrier. They're going to kill off Sabine. We're going to go K2. I mean, not a great situation for us, but still good, I guess you'd say. Probably going to knock out the Sabine. Wow, they have Devastator already. Oh my gosh, is that disgusting. I mean, we're going to go ECL Poe here. Trigger. I will discard the Wrecker to deal 2 damage to... I suppose we'll just deal 2 damage to the base. They'll knock out the Sabine's Masterpiece. Almost assured. They claimed initiative, huh? Do they have... Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, particularly. They have a Devastator big version? Planetary Bombardment. Wow. What a combination of cards. That is gross. Sure. Let's go Fleet Lieutenant attack in. I mean, I guess we'll claim. I don't have anything else to do. Heroic Sacrifice. Huh. I mean, I'm going to go Revel Assault in for 4. They attack with Devastator, question mark? If they do, Craving Power. Oh, it's exactly lethal. GG to my opponent, GG. They had a crazy combination. Devastator into Planetary Bombardment is pretty much the only way they could have gotten out of that. Just 12 damage as they deem fit is pretty nice. But we were really close. We kind of just needed just one extra attack in, really, just one extra attack. All right, up against Padme Red. This hand is okay. Tarkin Town's gonna be rough. Gonna be rough. I think we keep. I don't think we mulligan this one, but I'm not excited for it by any means. Let's see what my opponent's got. They're gonna be able to kill off my unit turn 1 is kind of why I'm not excited about it. So goodbye, A-Wing. Ooh. Do I ECL right now? Yeah, we got to get rid of the MiGs. We have to. Can't have that on the board. Oh my gosh, it's so brutal. Oh. Let's see. Let's go Rebel Assault so we can get in with both hits here. Oh, I could wait. I made a mistake. I could have killed the Marin with Rebel Assault. I didn't even think about the Luthen trigger. That's literally the only reason I'm playing this deck. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Shh. It's fine. It's not like we're just gonna lose our A-Wing, right? No, it's not like that's not what's gonna happen. I was thinking Red 5 is gonna finish off Marin, but yeah, that was a total massive mistake. Like complete and utter massive mistake. But that's okay. We'll get there, right? We'll get there. All right, deploy Luthen. Wow. I should have been able to kill Marin. It would have been so good for the game. But that's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get there. Right? 3 damage into our Luthen. We have to knock out the Marin. We just do. We just have to knock out the Marin. They have Poe Dameron. Oh. I mean, they're gonna Poe Dameron attack, and we're gonna Wrecker kill their Poe. Not a good spot for us by any means. They're gonna be able to. I assume they're gonna go 2 to the A-Wing, 1 to the Wing Leader, kill Luthen. Yeah. Wow, who would have expected that? Let's go Wrecker, defeat the Poe Dameron. I mean, we're not out of the game. It's still a pretty good spot for us to be in. Do they attack Wrecker? I think they're kind of forced to. They do attack. Ooh. Yes, they do attack Wrecker. Okay. Sabines. I guess we'll go Fleet Lieutenant, actually. Another Wrecker is actually good. I know I have Timely, but we just can't afford to do the Timely stuff. Okay, discard. Can't use the Padme action. We got Wrecker attack, which is really good. Anakin Skywalker. I mean, these are some good cards. I mean, I think 4 Cause is going to be really good here. Let's just go ahead and attack into the Anakin. I know I could attack base here, but I have the Timely K2, which I'm going to use. And then if they try to go for the discard, okay, well, that actually ends up working as well, because we're just going to drop K2, and then we're going to have 4 Cause to do some work here. So we'll claim Rebel Assaults. I mean, I'll just keep all the cards. I mean, we're just gonna go Rebel Assault in for an extra point of damage. I mean, it's not anything too crazy going on here, but we're gonna do it anyways. That's 3 damage guaranteed to the from the K2 to the base, then 4 Cause. Probably gonna win us the game. I don't really see an out here. Let's go 4 Cause. I mean, I guess I discard all of these, because like anything's lethal at this point. K2 dies, it's lethal. And it's GG. GG to my opponent. Alrighty, into the next game here. This seems like a reasonable hand. I like K2, which is why I'm going to keep this. I'm going to resource both Heroic Sacks. We've got a Colossus Daedra, which is very, very interesting. I'm curious as to what they're going to be playing. I don't know if Deathmark, huh? Okay, we're going to claim then. We've got Sabine's Masterpiece. Yoda's Lightsaber is probably reasonable. I'm definitely going to keep that. I'm just going to get in for 3 here. They may kill this. Draw 2. Seems good. They're now going to have more cards than we do. So, yeah, pretty good. Chopper, going to be the resource here. Yeah, Power of the Dark Side. Wow, they're going to go with Power of the Dark Side. Whoa, crazy. Top target, going to be able to heal 6. I mean, you know, some people play clean control lists. Some people are just gonna play the control decks. It is what it is. Ooh. Actually, we're definitely gonna ECL at Poe. Trigger ambush. Hit this. Discard just 1, I think, to defeat an upgrade, which is gonna be the top target. Very, very nice. They're gonna top target Poe. Sure. Merciless contest. Sure, we'll defeat the K2, deploy Luthen, attack for 2, pass. Got another Poe. I'll resource the Sabine's Masterpiece. So go Yoda's Lightsaber on Luthen and then K2. I think I'll let them draw a card here, and I will attack in, discard the Poe to deal 2 to their base. That's 8. Okay, they're gonna heal. Wow, they got takedowns. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have gone Yoda's Lightsaber. That was a big mistake. I was memeing myself because, you know, control decks, you know, have to join in with the memes. But yeah, obviously. Oh, interesting. I think I'll let K2 take 2 damage and then just attack in for 4. They got Vigilance. Sure. Deal 3 damage. We're gonna go with Yoda's Lightsaber. I think we're just like guaranteed to lose this game, but you know, we will try our hardest. Oh man, what a horrible combination of cards. Super Laser Blast. Where's my Cassian? I'm so trolling. Cassian's not even in my list. Definitely got to make that swap real quick. Marva Andor coming out. You know, I guess I'll let them draw a card. It doesn't matter at this point with how many cards they have. They probably have like Vigilance in hand. What did I just watch? The Desolation of Hoth. Sick, by the way. Sick. Absolutely sick. That is a sick card, yeah. A-Wing, Marva. I mean, they're just playing a control list, so it's like I could have gotten in for 3 more damage, right? I could have totally gotten in for 3 more damage, but I didn't. So, well, you can draw another card. I mean, it doesn't matter. They have so many cards in hand. I don't think drawing an extra card is going to matter at all. Deathmark. I mean, I will just get in with Heroic Sack here. And if I happen to draw into like a 4 cause, it's going to be great. If I don't, then sad. Devastator. Okay, we're going to go red 5. What do they have? All right, we're going to go A-Wing as well. Pass. Let's see what my opponent's got here. Rebel Assault. I mean, Vigilance is good. They're going to be able to heal 5. Sure, we're going to deal 3 to their base. Are they milling us? No, they're not milling us. Open fire. Sure, I'm going to go Battlefield Marine afterwards. I'm going to claim. We're going to go Wing Leader. Pass. Ooh, 4 cause. That's what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. The other 4 cause. They've already gone through 2 Vigilances here. Man, if I did 3 damage to their base, it would have been over. Totally my mistake there. All right, let's go for it. 4 cause. Got it. GG. Wow. Yeah, totally my mistake. By the way, this was Mobius, someone I met in person over at the Galactic Championship. So shout out to Mobius. Even though you're playing control deck, I still like you. Okay, I still like you. But I should have been paying attention to the Yoda's Lightsaber. I was like, dang it. The control deck, I don't want to fight against this. I think this is really cool. I love the Desolation of Hoth. That's a sick addition. I actually didn't even think about this card. I don't even think about this card because of I mean, it's just a Battle for Hoth card, right? Battle for Hoth. So really tough to know that card exists if you hadn't looked through each individual one. But, you know, in some matchups is really, really good, right? I mean, 2 units with 3 or less costs, and that's kind of a lot of different units that it can hit. And then Knowledge and Defense here, -2/-2 and draw a card. This can be okay. I think it's good in Daedra. And also, Forto Deploy is actually really good against us as well. Our Poe Dameron ended up doing some good work, though. I should have not taken 2 damage to the K2, so they could have set up for the Vigilance hit, by the way, too. I was thinking it wouldn't matter, and I didn't want them to draw a card because they were still on like only the 3 to 4 card range. But I think it would have been better for it to just take 2 damage. They could have had something else to deal with it anyways, but I think I should have just taken the draw card. Good game. Alrighty, into the next game. Had to make an emergency emergency change to the deck, which I don't normally do, but I had to get rid or add rather the Cassians to the list, which I didn't have in the list and I totally intended to. So that's much better. Got ourselves up against a Satine Data Vault, which honestly looks a little potentially scary here. I don't think Chopper's going to do all that much work, but we will see what we can come up with here. They've got Hive Defense Swing, huh? I mean, I think this makes it actually quite easy for us because we're just going to knock out the Hive Defense Swing. And then we will see where we go from here. Couple of units here. I kind of want to get down the Sabine's Masterpiece. I think I'm going to keep one of the Podamarins. Concordant Interceptors, huh? That is a lot of Space Sentinel action, which I'm honestly very surprised to see. So this is going to die, and we're going to be able to, I mean, I guess we could EC out Sabine's Masterpiece and have it die. That doesn't seem very good. I think we just, hit, deal 1 damage to their base. Wow. Hive Defense Wing Concordant is not at all what I would be expecting here, but let's go with 2 more plays here. We got red 5, we got another Sabine. I mean, we're probably just going to ECL out Podamarin and knock out the Satine. It's almost, kind of guaranteed at this point. Let's go ahead and just deploy out the Luthen. Gonna stall for another action here. Let's go ahead and hit base, make each one of us discard a card. I'll get rid of the red 5. And then if they are going to deploy Satine, we are just going to ECL out Satine here. So ECL out Poe, or ECL out Poe rather. Deal 2 damage to Satine. And then we can knock out the Sundari Peacekeeper, I suppose. So we'll hit... I know this seems like a little bit odd instead of hitting the base, but I feel like we really need to make sure... Ooh, and that's a Wrecker. Ooh, and a Rebel Assault. I think I'll keep the Wrecker, even though I really would prefer to do something a little bit different. That's okay. Let's just go with an attack with the Wing Leader. See what my opponent decides to play here. Ooh, Coronet here, huh? Okay, so that's going to be kind of their only play of this turn. So I think I will just go ahead and play Wrecker. Hit the Yaddle. We will hit with Luthen, make them discard. And then we will hit for 6. Ooh, and they had a home 1 as well. Heroic Sacrifice, A-Wing, keep both of them. Hit with Wrecker, that's 7 damage. And then we will see where we go from here. That is an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not really all that relevant, huh? Because we just attack, discard. I guess we could make them discard, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they can give experience over to Coronet. And I mean, that was a pretty straightforward game, even though they had a very space-focused start, which I was a little bit surprised about. The Hive Defense Wing and the Concordant Interceptors. I mean, Concordant, not super surprising, right? Mandalorian, if you're playing Darksaber, kind of makes sense. But the Hive Defense Wing, so it was a very, very odd one. That was not what I expected. So, GG. Pretty clean. Alrighty, into the next game, and honestly, a perfectly reasonable hand here. We've got our turn 1 Rebel into turn 2 Fleet Lieutenant, up against the Thrawn Red deck, which is a little bit scary. Kind of an interesting one, because, I mean, we really don't want to be, like, sacrificing our units, but, I mean, realistically, it's not too bad. I think I'll get rid of the Wing Leader just because they have... most likely a lot of removal, and so putting it on like an A-Wing just gets takedown or Fell the Dragon, but yeah, we don't really want to be like trading off in a lot of situations. First Order Stormtrooper as the play, okay. I mean, I think I'm just gonna go red 5 and Rebel Assault. So we're just gonna go Rebel Assaults in for 8 damage. I mean, that's a lot of damage, there. And then we'll just drop the red 5, and then we'll have ECL Poe, right? So red 5 comes in, and I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, I guess I'll take 1 in on the red 5, and then we're just gonna claim takedown. Sure, takedown doesn't change anything. So we got ECL Poe. I mean, I think I'm going to keep the Timely in hand. Let's just start with an attack in with the Fleet Lieutenant, and we'll see where we go from here. They're really just racing us, huh? Little bit surprising that that is what's happening here. Sure, droid missile platform coming in. I mean, I think we're still gonna Oh, do I want to go Cassian instead? Yeah, let's go Cassian instead, because I can ECL out Wrecker and then just hit one of these units and then kill them. So I think that's just going to be the better play. Very, very odd game. I would have expected them to try to interact with our units, but they just ignored us completely. And that is GG. Okay, so good game. Very, very odd one. Very, very straightforward, I suppose. Not bad. Alrighty, now we've got ourselves a game up against Colonel Yularen, double green. Pretty bad hand, no turn one play. Get a mulligan that one. This one's significantly better. Ooh, I like the Sabine's Masterpiece a lot, and I'm imagining they're going to go with a lot of different units here. I think the For a Cause is probably not something that I'm like necessarily super excited about. Ooh, and that Yularen can just go ahead and get killed here. I am pretty happy with that. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the Yularen. Super Laser Technician, huh? All right, we're going to go Sabine's Masterpiece then. Pass. They're going to knock out the Battlefield Marine almost assuredly. Let's go with K2, and then we'll be able to attack with Sabine's Masterpiece. Okay, fantastic curve for them. Good stuff. Legal Authority. Holy, we just got dominated. I mean, I think the game is over, to be honest. I mean, oh my gosh, what a ridiculous couple of turn of events. That's crazy. Wow, that was absolutely sick. I'm gonna be honest, that was absolutely sick. Yeah, they're gonna be able to get in with a bunch of attacks here and kind of just destroy us. Overwhelming barrage. I just got dominated, guys. We just got completely destroyed, like completely. All right, let's get in for some damage here. Let's claim initiative. And then, I mean, I guess we're going to go with red 5, but we need to get rid of this Yularen. So we got to take out the Yularen here, get our Sabine's Masterpiece back. And then we will play out the red 5. And then we've got Rebel Assault next turn, which is good. But wow, an Acclamator assault ship. Huh? Huh? What are we watching? What is going on? I cannot believe my eyes, my friends. I cannot believe my eyes. Okay, let's go Rebel Assault. And I do have to attack with both of these. So we've got to go attack into base here. 1 damage to Palpatine. Attack with red 5. Kill the village tender. Because this thing is going to give +5/+5 to something, which would really stink incredibly a lot. Let's just go ahead and actually take out the I can take out the Royal Guard here. They're going to take out the Sabine's Masterpiece. We're going to play an A-Wing shuttle. Oh my gosh, what a disgusting curve. I mean, I'm going to be able to kill the shuttle with the Luthen ability here. I mean, I think they just... I don't know. This is tough. What a incredible curve. If we had like a Poe or Wrecker, this game might have been completely different, but we do not have that. So, all right, let's go with A-Wing here. They're going to claim. I'm just relying on a Poe Dameron. Oh, we didn't get it. I was hoping for like a Poe Dameron or Wrecker to ECL, because otherwise this thing attacks for 6 after the attack with the into base with the Acclamator. So I was like, dang, we have not hit like any Poes or any Wreckers here. I mean, it was really, really close. Really, really close, as you see. We were kind of diddly-dallying with a bunch of units here, but yeah, that is just a 6 damage into base from the Season's Fleet Admiral. Really, really cool stuff from our opponent. The Acclamator assault ship finished out the game, but it really was the fact that we didn't have any Poes or any wreckers. If we had one of those, the game would have been completely disgustingly over. But what a fantastic curve. Palpatine Legal Authority into Overwhelming Barrage is about as good as it gets, and we had a pretty good start to the game ourselves. I mean, Battlefield Marine into Sabine's Masterpiece into K2 is not bad as well. Super Legion Tradition was a great card there as well. But wow, that was awesome to see. That was awesome to see. Palpatine, I'm telling you, Palpatine has been an incredible card. Not that that was like specifically disgustingly good, but it's just always solid. It's always solid. And same thing with this game, right? I could have potentially just ignored, but if I did, they get multiple attacks in, because you could attack like activator soul ship. Like for example, in this situation, right? They can attack and attack. Like they didn't use Yularen's action all that well, or maybe they didn't even have any options too. But like for example, they can attack with the Yularen action. So I guess I should have just claimed initiative initially just to try to get the Podameron or something like that. But yeah, that was sick. Really cool stuff. All right, what have we learned with Luthen ECL today? Honestly, I mean, this is a just good list. I mean, it is a rebel list. My emergency, change in the middle. I did go one less wing leader, one less Marva, and I went with 2 Cassian Andors, which obviously you've got to run in the deck when you're playing a rebel deck. So immediate swap there. But the biggest thing is, yes, the rebel synergy is very good. The question is whether or not Luthen himself actually added anything to the deck, or should I just have been playing Sabine? I think in a lot of situations Sabine would have been better. For example, up against the Yularen, I think Sabine would have been significantly better, because we would have been able to go ahead and just kind of knock out the spy tokens for kind of free value earlier on, and we would have gotten some damage to the base anyways. Now, that said, on, kind of a, devil's advocate, up against that Yularen, for example, there were a lot of situations where we were able to attack into things and then trade up because of the extra 1 damage, which is pretty relevant. And there were situations, for example, earlier on when we were fighting the Padme Red, when I could attack into like Marin, for example, which I didn't do, but I could attack it, like say with Sabine, get in, the 4 damage with the extra hit, when Marin already had 1 damage on her, and then finish her off, which completely destroys their entire game plan. So I do think Luthen adds a few things, and it can be very powerful, but it really depends on the matchup. There are a lot of matchups where you don't really want to be interacting with their units. You want to just be going to complete phase. What would be really nice is if it was just, while a friendly unit is defeated, you get this trigger. Which might seem like, dang, that sounds OP. And I mean, it sounds very strong, but I don't even know if that's still better or worse than Sabine. Because you still get a 2/7/5 to deploy leader, which is significantly weaker. That is 1 less power, essentially, in the way that it works than Sabine. You don't get the guaranteed damage into base because your units have to die in order to get that trigger. And so I'd be curious to see if something like that was actually as effective. Because the fact that you have to attack and have them be defeated means that you're having to attack units. And usually these decks, the way they play out is you're attacking base and then your opponent attacks your units and they trade off. So just something to kind of think about. Obviously we did get some like K2SO attacks in there with like Heroic Sack. Podameron Wrecker ECL is still disgusting. But I don't see anything particularly special with Luthen. I mean, it was a fun list, and there were some spots where his trigger was absolutely relevant, but I think Sabine is still going to be the top gun here in the meta. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all for the next one.